Hey there, crazy kids. I am the Good Old Gamer, and this is Steamed Revisited. And of course, we're looking at Rage again. Now, if you've seen the original featured episode of Rage on Steamed, you'll know that we had some technical difficulties, primarily when it came to frame rate more than anything else. And we messed around with a few settings, and then we had some texture issues and stuff. First off, I want to say that after that video premiered, I received some nice constructive feedback, and I appreciate that. And one of the suggestions was that I could have possibly had Rage installed on the same hard drive that I have Fraps installed, or that I'm recording, Fraps videos to. That is not the case. I double checked. They're on separate hard drives, so that's not an issue. And then I went back and started up Rage again without recording and played through the same part that we got to in the original Steamed video where we made it. That guy saved us. We made it to his base, and then we went to the raider base, killed one guy, that first bad guy, and then I stopped it right there. But it ran smooth, no issues at all. It was perfect. Um, so if you're interested in picking up Rage to play on your own, I don't I don't want to say you won't have any problems because my machine's a little bit better than the average computer, but not like a super beast. But anyways, it ran fine. I didn't experience any trouble. It seems that the issue came in with recording with Fraps for whatever reason, so it's not nearly as bad of a game technical wise as was depicted in my original Steamed video for it. So please bear that in mind. It ran smooth. I tried it again. It went just fine. I also messed around with some of the settings as I was playing it and stuff. So we're going to go over that. Um, Here in the video, this stuff, I put anti-aliasing back up to 8 times because, I was testing around in it and it went just fine on 8. I turned VSync on because when I was playing the game without recording or whatever, I noticed that there was some screen tearing, and VSync seemed to clear that up. I don't think there was screen tearing in the original Steamed video that I did of it for whatever reason. There might have been. I don't know. Maybe that was the least of the issues that I had to worry about, so I didn't notice it. But anyways, I noticed when I was playing off camera that there was some screen tearing issues, so I turned VSync on, solved that issue. VSync is a performance sort of thing, so if you have a lower computer, you might want to check that and see. But it seemed to work all right with me, so that's what I did there. Uh, Texture cache is large, so I got all the textures and stuff. Texture details on. I turned the anthroposcopic filter back on to high, so everything looks nicer. And it, like I said, it ran fine when I wasn't recording, so that wasn't an issue for me. Now the tricky thing here is this GPU transcode thing. This option, I've done some research. This option apparently is only available for Nvidia cards. I have an Nvidia graphics card, so I enabled it when I was playing off camera, and I don't know if it helped or not, but from the research I've done, because I didn't know what a GPU transcode thing was, it's supposed to boost performance because in NVIDIA cards, there's an ability to have the graphics card itself figure out all the textures, load in the textures and stuff. So it takes some of the workload off of the CPU or whatever, and puts it onto the GPU, the graphics card. So I enabled that. It seemed to help, I guess. I don't really know, but it certainly it certainly helped with the texture pop-ins. I didn't really see any texture pop-ins once I've had this on. So if you have an Nvidia card and you're going to be playing this game, I would recommend, if the option is available to you, to run the GPU transcode because it does seem to help with performance-wise, especially with like texture pop-ins and stuff. Um, so please bear that in mind. I didn't have this enabled when I did the original Steamed video because default is that it's off, and I didn't know what it was, so I didn't know if I should even turn it on or not. But I've done some research since then, and so I enabled it. It works for me. Again, if you have an Nvidia card, if you have an AMD card, I don't even know if this option will show up. But even if it does, you won't be able to use it because this is an Nvidia only thing for whatever reason. So bear that in mind. Um, but those are the settings that I have when I played this off camera, and it seemed to run smooth. We're going to go ahead and try it again. Now, like I said, it ran fine for me when I wasn't recording. So we're going to go ahead and try running the first, 20 minutes or so. We're going to get to the same point we did last time, kill the first enemy in the raider base or whatever they're called. Um, and we'll see if there's a bunch of lag or issues or whatever. If there is, then it's just a fact of me recording, and I guess Fraps and Rage don't get along well together. If it works better than before, then apparently I've messed with the settings enough that I'm doing it right. I guess this GPU transcode thing may be the ultimate factor in that. I don't know. But I think it's fair not only to the game itself and the developers of the game, but to you guys, my audience, to just try this out. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to bother timing it on this episode because I know the point of where we ended before. And this is just a revisit, so it doesn't have to be as strict with the time limit and everything as in the usual Steamed videos. So anyways, we're going to go with that. As far as the audio goes, I turned down the master volume and turned up some of these other volumes in an effort to try and balance out the regular lower volumes I have for the video for the regular gameplay, and try and lower the intro movie volume, but I'm not going to say it will because the intro logos and the music to them before we got to this point were still pretty loud, so I'm not sure if the intro video is going to be loud again. So if it is, I apologize, but like I said, there is no, as you can see here, there is no movie volume. The only option for that is the master volume altogether, so I tried to lower that down and see if that helps. But anyways, another reason why I mentioned the intro cinematic possibly being loud is because you can't skip it. I tried skipping it when I played this again off camera, and it wouldn't skip. So that's also something to consider. But let's go ahead and just do this. We'll retest this here. We're gonna go with a new game. Yeah, I don't care if I'm gonna lose progress. Doesn't matter. We didn't get very far. We're gonna go on normal. And yeah, intro volume is still loud. Apologize for that. And like I said, can't skip it, so.
Apophis impact in T-minus 100.
Roger, Atlas Control. This is 1134. Check for green.
1134. All systems green. Arc launch protocol initiated. Cryogenic preparation commencing. Initiate nanotrite injection.
Check. Cryogenic life support systems online. Subterranean launch injectors ready. 97% nominal.
Keep in mind that the volume for this introductory scene doesn't really matter if you're playing it on your own. You can just mess with your speaker volume. I only mention it because of the video.
Diagnostic audits complete and ARC personnel entering stasis. This is 1134 signing off.
Understood, 1134. Go for burial.
So far, there doesn't seem to be any frame loss, but this is just a cinematic. We haven't gotten to the gameplay yet.
Live to see another day.
External disturbance detected. Cryogenic chambers compromised. Chamber Omega 5 online. Initiating emergency nanotrite activation. 3, 2, 1. Nanotrite sequencer online. Release cryogenic chamber seals.
Frames still seem to be stable.
Internal arc temperature nominal. Rebooting internal data systems. Nanotrite bio-augmentation systems fully deployed. Nanotrites active. Current position unknown. Remote location beacon offline. Running full diagnostic tests. Arc external pressure seals fully released. Safe egress is now confirmed. Outer door lock disengaged. Initiate pre-recorded media playback.
Frames is still good.
You, the Ark Volunteers, are mankind's last hope. Our survival, our very existence rests in your hands. No one will know what you will find when you awake, but remember, you and the contents of these Arks will form the final barrier to the extinction of mankind. Our prayers go with you, and Godspeed.
End playback.
Alright, let's go. Frames are still good. Now, it was at this point that we started having the issues, so if we see frame dips, this will be when it happens. Everything still seems to be doing pretty good performance-wise. Oh, scary guy, you're gonna die. Okay. And now Dan's gonna come save us.
Hey, you! Over here!
Hey Dan, frames are still good. This is a good sign.
Get in. I know you got questions, but we gotta get moving. Got bandits all over these hills. We best get going. I'm Dan Hager, and you are one lucky son of a bitch.
Yep.
You know, Ark survivors are worth a lot of money to whoever hands them over to the Authority. Wait, you don't even know the Authority yet.
You gonna hand me over to the Authority?
You don't know anything about any of this.
Frames are still good.
Welcome to the future. Hold on. Got bandits.
I think that GPU transcode thing was the
Damn
fix
shame
we
you're
needed.
still wearing that Ark suit. It's a dead giveaway.
Everything's still good.
Pretty much their world out here. Probably looking for their buddies. Damn. Now we both got a problem.
Kind of wish I'd have known about the GPU transcode thing before this. When I did my original video, but
We
whatever.
need to get to my place. Once they see what I've done, they'll be coming for blood.
Live and learn,
And for
right?
you. I've got a plan that might get us both out of this mess.
That's good.
Ah, here we are. Home sweet home.
Everything's good so far. This is much better than we experienced before.
We need to talk. Get out of the buggy.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah,
Come on.
much better. Come on. Let's go, old man. I got other things to do.
You know, I put a lot at risk to save you.
Yep.
Not just my life, but the lives of everyone here.
You didn't have to. I didn't ask you
survived
to.
this long by staying out of trouble.
You can't guilt trip me.
Saving you may have changed all that.
That's your problem, not mine.
So here's what I need you to do. Head to where those bandits live and wipe them out, plain and simple.
Really?
No one walks out alive. Except you. You can use one of my ATVs in the garage, and that pistol, and the supplies on the table. Oh, and you won't just get my thanks. Come back alive and I'll dig up some armor that'll fit over that arc suit you're wearing.
You won't give me your big rifle? I could do more damage with the rifle.
Those bandits shouldn't be too hard to take down. Not for you. I hear there's something special about you Ark people.
Don't suppose I could shoot you. Nope, it won't let me shoot you. Damn it. Alright, so you guys know the drill. I'm kind of speeding through this because we've been through this already. I'm just checking performance mostly, more than anything else. It's much better than it was before. I think that, like I said, the GPU transcode thing is definitely the setting to check on. If you have an Nvidia card, like I said, if you have AMD, hopefully it runs better for you without it. Because you're not going to really have that option because it's an Nvidia thing for whatever reason. So we go over here. Everything's still smooth. Come over here to the Raider base. The reason that I'm doing this is because obviously to go inside the Raider base you gotta load into a new area, and then there's dealing with the enemies and stuff, so we'll see if it remains stable. Alright, so far so good. Yay, we can loot enemies! Woohoo. Okay, so crouch under here. Take this stuff I probably don't need. Hop over here. Come over here.
Just us and the rats. Chase him down. Leave him to me.
Much better performance. We killed that guy without him even getting close to us. I think we found the solution, people, and I am happy for it. We are at the point we were before. Super fantastic. This is definitely much better now. This I can do. This makes me like the game much more. This I am happy with. I much prefer this. Now, what I will say is this should be on. Like by default. Like I know it's an Nvidia thing, so whatever. I mean, obviously AMD people won't have it, but it should be on by default. Like the game should be able to detect you have an Nvidia thing and just turn it on. Or there should be some notice about it, like when you start up the game, hey, if you have an Nvidia card, you might want to turn this on. Or there should be some tool tips here to tell you what the hell this is. Because I have no idea what this is, and this doesn't tell you what it is. All this does is let you go here to select it and turn it on or off. You have no idea what this is. You'd have to Google it up. I had to Google it up to figure it out. But I don't know. It seemed to have solved the issue. And like I said, VSync solves the screen tearing. if you end up with that issue. This game is certainly much more playable than it was when I originally did this, but again, I had no idea about the GPU transcode thing, and that's really the only thing I changed from what I had before other than VSync, and I don't think VSync was the issue when it came to all the frame drops and stuff. I'm pretty sure it was the GPU transcode thing. Even if it's a combination of VSync and this definitely helps with texture pop-ins because we're not seeing a lot of the texture pop-ins we were seeing before. So that's definitely a thing. I don't know. I want to say that I've got a much better impression of this game, and I actually have the impression I was hoping to have the first time around. But at the same time, if I were reviewing this game, I would have to consider and probably take a point off for the weird setup that this has. I don't know how else to say it. It's like, okay, you've got this Nvidia specific little bonus edition thing, but a lot of other games don't. So why do you have it? Why can't it just be optimized as is without it? Or why can't it be automatically on if you've got an Nvidia card? Or why can't this be more apparent that you should have this on, or have a note that says better performance for Nvidia cards or something? It's weird to me that it would be suboptimal optimized straight up out of the box. You would think it would be kind of the other way around or something. Anyways, I don't know. I have a much better first impression of Rage. This is the kind of impression I wanted to have of it to begin with. Nice and smooth, and being able to kill that guy before he even got close to us, and all that. So there's points there. But yeah, I'm just glad I figured it out. Okay, I'm glad I sorted it out, and I'm glad that I found the way to be able to record this without all the technical issues we had before, because it really bummed me out that I couldn't record this game without those technical issues, and I found out that it's this stupid thing. So yeah, I was able to play it just fine off a recording, and we've just seen a playthrough of it. The first few minutes of it, and it seemed to be running smooth even in the recording. So yeah, take a look at these settings. These are the settings I have. Obviously, your resolution can be whatever you want. And all these other settings can be whatever you want depending on what your computer can handle. I have a more high-end machine, not the super best machine out there, but it's pretty decent. So I'm able to run some of the higher quality things. But I would say if you've got an Nvidia card, definitely test out the GPU transcode. It's supposed to be better performance. It is better performance for us by a long shot. But if you have an older computer, double check, make sure, because if it's going to overheat your computer or whatever, then it doesn't matter if it makes everything run smoother, if it's not good to run your computer. But that seemed to work for us. So there you go. I'm going to leave it at that. I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish in this video and what I wanted to do in the first video, but hey, it took 2 videos to get everything right for this game. And this is why I left room for revisits in the whole steamed sort of setup for this series. I left room for revisits for things like this, or in case I missed certain, I don't know, quests or whatever. I mean, it depends on the game and stuff, but this is a decent reason, and we managed to fix it. So it all worked out fine. I'm going to leave it at that, boys and girls. I am the Good Old Gamer. This has been Steamed Revisited for Rage. We got it working. Here's my settings. If you have this game, let me know what works for you. If you don't have this game and you were on the fence and you saw my first Steamed video about it and you were like, oh, I don't want this game anymore, well, here you go. Here's a revisit. Maybe you guys will have a better idea about how smooth this game can actually be, how fun this actually can be when it is smooth and you're not having to worry about it so much. Yeah, we got it working, and hopefully you guys feel better about it. Now that I've got this game running smooth, I feel better about it. I enjoy it more. I know in this video I was mostly focused on the performance, making sure the frames were going and everything, so I wasn't paying so much more attention to the story and the setting and stuff as I was in the trying to do in the first video. But I dig it. I'm much more happy with this game than I was before. Yeah, unfortunately, unlike a lot of games, this game you got to go in and tweak the settings quite a bit before you can actually get it going, apparently, or at least I had to. Maybe it depends on the machine. Maybe AMD cards, because they don't have this option, don't have this issue. Maybe they're optimized better than Nvidia, and I don't know. I mean, I have an Nvidia card, so that's all I know. It worked for me, this thing. Like I said, if you have AMD, if you don't have Nvidia, you either won't have this option or it won't be able to work for you anyway, one way or the other. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching. More steamed videos on other games to come in the future. Bye-bye for now. Thank you, Rage, for working.